Over the past decade, anime has undergone a remarkable rise in popularity among Western audiences, particularly among younger generations. This shift is not merely the result of changing entertainment trends or social media influence. Rather, it reflects a deeper cultural dissatisfaction with the creative stagnation of mainstream Western television and film. As Western media increasingly gravitates towards formulaic narratives, homogeneous aesthetics, and risk-averse storytelling, anime has emerged as a vibrant alternative, one marked by artistic experimentation, emotional complexity, thematic depth. This essay argues that anime has become a crucial space for innovative storytelling and meaningful character development, serving as a stark contrast to the increasingly corporate, visual, monotonous, and narratively predictable landscape of contemporary Western entertainment. And I believe this is for 4 reasons. 1. The homogenization of Western visual media. Much of the criticism directed at modern Western television centers on its lack of visual creativity. Many high-budget productions rely heavily on muted color palettes, gritty filters, and dark lighting that flattens the emotional and thematic nuance of the narrative. Shows such as Stranger Things illustrate this trend. Although popular, the show's visual language reflects the broader aesthetic fatigue of prestige of TV. Washed out colors, familiar framing, and a tonal sameness that spans genres. Even major Hollywood franchises have succumbed to this pattern, adopting interchangeable visual styles that prioritize brand recognition and risk minimalization over aesthetic expression. Action sequences in Western media often demonstrate similar shortcomings. Typical depiction of a single protagonist defeating multiple trained adversaries despite its spectacle now feels repetitive and unearned. You can literally point to most action movies and see the same choreography, same style of filming in all the fight scenes. These scenes trend to rely on recycled choreography and impulsive combat dynamics, stripping them of dramatic tension. In contrast, anime frequently portrays combat as an emotionally charged process in which characters grow through failure, not adversity. For example, take the first season of Dandadan. With their vibrant color design, dynamic animation, and narrative stakes, exemplify how anime integrates action into character development rather than treating it as a formulaic requirement. I think the reason that Dandadan hooked me in the first place was it's one of the first fight scenes with Turbo Granny. That train one with the city and everything, that looks insane, and it's so cool to watch. I mean, I was like so happy when I saw that. Put a smile on my face. Reason 2, narrative complexity and moral ambiguity in anime. One of the defining strengths of anime is its willingness to explore moral, ambiguous narratives that challenge the audience's expectations. Attack on Titan, which, yes, I know this is a basic take, but stands as a great example of this approach. The series moves beyond the simplistic hero versus villain framework common in Western media by allowing the protagonist, Eren, to evolve into an antagonist whose motivations are simultaneously sympathetic and catastrophic. You spend 3.5 seasons rooting for this guy to win, and yet he becomes the person he swore to destroy. And yes, that is a reference to the meme. Similarly, Evangelion has like every fight trope under the sun. It's really cool to watch. You have the classical man versus nature, man versus man, man versus God, the modern man versus society, man versus self, and man versus no God, and the postmodern man versus technology, man versus reality, and man versus the author themselves. That is crazy, and it also came out 30 years ago too, which makes it even more wild that it still remains so prevalent in today's society. Back to Attack on Titan, this transformation forces viewers to confront complex ethical questions rather than accept the pre-established moral divisions. Such narrative sophistication is rarely found in mainstream Western television, which often avoids risk-taking in favor of predictable heroism and familiar narrative rhythms. I also want to say that not every TV show needs to be groundbreaking and crazy, but it at least needs to be fun to watch and to listen to. Listen, there is room for comedy shows, there is room for comedy movies, don't get me wrong, but it also has to be good, and much of the time it's not very good. I think we can all agree on that. Similarly, Vinland Saga exemplifies anime's capacity for profound character development. The protagonist, Thorfinn, undergoes a long-term transformation from a revengeful-driven warrior to a reflective, peace-seeking man shaped by the moral legacy of his father. Unlike many Western series, which rely heavily on external conflicts and spectacle, Vinland Saga utilizes introspective, silent, and emotional vulnerability to convey growth. Its second season, notably devoid of major action sequences, demonstrates how powerful storytelling can emerge from internal struggle rather than external violence. And it shows true emotional maturity when it knows that it doesn't have to rely on fights to retain an audience. A similar thing I've heard talked about Blue Ball, which even though not in the same vein as Vinland Saga, it's still mature enough to tell its story without any fan service or without any crazy things. It's a good story, and it can rely on that rather than external things. I can't think of the word. Reason 3, emotional renaissance, thematic depth. Anime's appeal also lies in the emotional authenticity it brings to themes such as trauma, purpose, identity, and mental health. Works such as Cyberpunk engage with existential questions about self-determination, societal pressure, and the cost of ambition. Despite its short 10-episode runtime, the series achieves an emotional impact that rivals or surpasses many full-season Western dramas. Other series such as, I can't believe I'm even going to say this, but Rascal Does Not Dream series, Furin, and Neon Genesis explore interpersonal care, the passage of time, grief, and psychological distress with remarkable nuance. Rascal Does Not Dream series is a perfect example of self-sacrificial love. Our main character helps out everybody around him, even though he's a bit weird, he still helps out everybody no matter what. Furin learns to enjoy the relationship she currently has, even though she knows that she will live far longer than any of her human friends. And there has never been a more perfect show to represent mental health, depression, and mommy and daddy issues in a show such as Evangelion. Rather than offering simplistic or sentimental resolutions, those shows embrace difficult truths about human vulnerability. Western mainstream media, constrained by commercial expectations and genre conventions, often avoid the emotional risks that these enemies take. Another big problem I have with Western media too is it's all about sex, really. There's a lot of sex scenes, a lot of stuff like that. And truly, I'm over it. Like, I don't need to see that. I don't need to watch that. I don't want to watch that. There's more to human connections, more to human love than just sex. Being in love with somebody is the most important thing a human can go through. And the fact that Western shows and media downgrade it to just sex is disgusting. But hey, that's a video for another time. I'll talk about the downgrade of Western society in another video, but not this one. Anyway, as a result, many Western narratives feel thematically shallow or artificially optimistic. Anime's willingness to embrace emotional discomfort and to depict flawed, changing characters resonates profoundly with younger audiences navigating their own complexities. Reason number 4, personal transformation and reader/viewer engagement. Another reason for anime's influence is its ability to foster introspective in its audience. The moral lessons of Vinland Saga inspire reflection on personal growth, forgiveness, and the pursuit of a meaningful life. Cyberpunk prompts viewers to reconsider whether their goals are truly their own or shaped by external expectations. Encourages appreciation for time, memory, and relationship. Not to mention the beauty of the world that they live in. I mean, come on now. Evangelion challenged viewers to confront their own anxieties, insecurities, relational patterns. These shows do more than entertain. They shape perspectives, values, and emotional literacy. This level of personal impact is rare in contemporary Western media, which often prioritize escapism over introspection. Anime's emphasis on character-driven narratives and thematic richness invites audiences to engage deeply rather than passively consume. Which we could argue that entertainment is for people to escape, but not just passive escapism. Actually escaping into another world and to really think about that world, not just for you to sit on your ass all day and do nothing. Conclusion. The rise of anime in Western culture reflects not a fleeting trend, but a persistent response to the creative shortcomings of Western modern media. Through bold visual artistry, complex narrative structures, and emotional powerful themes, anime has become a space where storytelling is not constrained by corporate formula or aesthetic uniformity. Its characters fall, grow, struggle, and transform in ways that resonate with audiences speaking authentically in depth. In contrast, many Western productions remain limited in predictability, visual sameness, and narrative caution. Ultimately, anime's growing influence demonstrates a broader cultural desire for an art that changes, inspires, and emotionally engages its audience. In a media environment increasingly shaped by commercial preservatives, anime stands out as a rare domain where creativity still thrives and where storytelling still dares to mean something. Hi guys, it's me. This is my first video, so if you liked it, thank you so much. It means a lot to actually start making videos like this. If you want to see more, subscribe. I'm going to try to put out at least a video a week with topics such as this. I'll go into anything I like, such as music, art, shows, philosophy, history, really anything. If you have any critiques, please leave them in the comments below. And if you have any suggestions for what you want me to cover, I'll also do that. Anyway, thank you for watching. And yeah, see you guys eventually.